Hey, Valebs here from Off the Block, and the new college men's volleyball national media poll is out. And I'm a voter for this poll, so let's get down to how I voted this week. Number one, I have UCLA, the Bruins. I moved them up to number one on my ballot for the first time this year, and they are playing absolutely fantastic on a nation-best 5-match winning streak, including a big home victory against then number one Stanford last weekend. And I'll tell you, one player who's playing absolutely fantastic has to be Robert Page. I know a lot of people were wondering, when he came into college as a 7-foot outside attacker, could this be an All-American caliber player? Well, he's looking like it right now with the way he's playing, leading the Bruins in kills and was the National Player of the Week. He's having a great start of the season, as are the rest of the Bruins. Now, moving down my ballot, number two, I have Loyola. The Ramblers, they just continue to collect wins, had two nice non-conference victories against some Conference Carolina teams, and you add that into the impressive start of their season, they warrant number two on my ballot. Then at number three, I have Pepperdine, the Waves. They are playing absolutely fantastic. One of two undefeated teams remaining in college men's volleyball who have started their season. And you look at this team, especially with the way that Josh Taylor is playing on the outside, how well he started, and then you have a setter like Matt West. The Waves are going to be in the hunt for a national championship this season. And then continuing down at number four, we have USC, and I'll tell you, the Trojans, they have a young freshman makeup on the outside. Yoder's continuing to put the ball away. Had a tough loss this past week against Pepperdine. That's to be expected with this young team, but they're going to be hanging around. They're not going anywhere. Continue to expect the Trojans to be staying in the top five on my ballot and for most people's ballots throughout the rest of the season. Then continuing down on my ballot, number five, I had BYU. You know, they just continue to get wins. And the nice thing for the Cougars this week was they got a big road victory, something that they've really struggled with in previous seasons, but they were able to go into UC Irvine, get a big victory, and then take care of business against UC San Diego. And after a 0-2 start, 4 straight wins, and more importantly, 4 straight conference wins. So that's my top 5. Now, just quickly going down the rest of it. Number 6 had Long Beach State. The 49ers able to split a series against Hawaii on the road, kind of what you expect for them to do right there. Then number 7, I have UC Santa Barbara. First time I voted the Gauchos into my top 10 this year. They earned it with their victory against Stanford. And then that moves us to number 8, the Cardinal. 2 tough conference losses for them this year, dropped them down to number 8 on my ballot, but they'll continue to climb. They'll be fine the rest of the season. They have a good group of players. I would expect for them to get a couple wins this weekend. And then continuing to move down, number 9, I have Lewis. Lewis wasn't the most spectacular performance against 2 Conference Carolina teams, but once again, kind of the same thing with Loyola. They had some very impressive wins at the beginning of the season. They're going to continue to rack up some good non-conference wins to stay in the top 10. And then to close out my ballot this week, I had Hawaii. The Rainbow Warriors had a nice, impressive 5-game victory against the Long Beach State. And then you just have to wonder, I'm going to be very interested to see how Hawaii is able to play away from their home environment on the road. That's going to be real interesting to see if this is a team that's just a postseason team or if this is a team that could contend for a possible spot in the NCAA tournament. Well, that's my breakdown, my top 10 for this week. Be sure to get all your men's volleyball news and analysis by going to offtheblockblog.com.